Hey, welcome back to the This Old Baker podcast. I'm Kim, and it is back to school season, which means it's also back to school snack season. And if you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The snack drawer gets raided the moment they walk in the door. The lunchbox needs to be packed every single night. And somehow, no matter how much you bought at the store on Sunday, by Wednesday you're already running low. Today I want to talk about making your own snacks from scratch. Not because it's trendy, not because it's complicated, but because of two very specific reasons that matter a lot more than most people realize. You'll know exactly what's in them. And you'll spend a fraction of what those boxes at the grocery store cost. Those two things together are worth 8 minutes of your time. So let's get into it. Let me start with the label thing, because I think it's the part people feel the most, but talk about the least. Pick up a box of name brand granola bars, the kind that markets itself as a wholesome after-school snack, and flip it over. Read the ingredient list. Count how many items are on it. For most of them, you're looking at 20, 25, sometimes 30 ingredients. Soy lecithin, high fructose corn syrup, carrageenan. Natural flavors, which is a phrase that can mean almost anything. Preservatives with names that require a chemistry degree to understand. Now, I'm not saying those things are going to hurt your kids, but I am saying, do you know what they are? Do you feel good about them? And more importantly, do you need them? Because here's what a homemade granola bar has in it: oats, honey, peanut butter, brown sugar, vanilla, maybe some chocolate chips or dried fruit. That's it. You can read every word on that list. You know what every ingredient is. You bought every one of them at the grocery store. That's not a small thing. That's you being in control of what goes into your child's body every single afternoon. And once you've made snacks from scratch a few times and you look at the store-bought version and actually read that label, it's hard to go back. Now let's talk about the math, because the math is genuinely shocking once you do it. A box of 10 granola bars at the grocery store runs about $4 to $6 depending on the brand. That's 40 to 60 cents per bar. For a family with 2 kids eating an after-school snack every day, 5 days a week, you're spending $4 to $6 a week just on that one snack. That's $16 to $24 a month. Over a school year, that's somewhere between $140 and $200 on granola bars alone. A batch of homemade granola bars, 16 bars from one pan, costs about $3 to $4 total in ingredients. That's about 20 cents per bar, half the cost. And they taste better because you made them with real ingredients, and you can customize them to exactly what your kids actually like. That math works for almost every packaged snack. Store-bought trail mix, $5 for a small bag. Homemade trail mix from bulk oats, nuts, dried fruit, and chocolate chips, Pennies. Per serving from a jar you make in 5 minutes. Fruit snacks, $3 to $4 for a small box. Homemade versions from real fruit, a fraction of the cost and actual fruit in them. I'm not asking you to make every snack from scratch every week. I'm asking you to pick 2 or 3 things you buy regularly and make them yourself instead. The savings add up faster than you think. Here are the 5 I'd start with, because they're all fast, all use pantry staples, and all produce something kids actually want to eat. Granola bars are the first one. Melt together half a cup of peanut butter, a third of a cup of honey, and a tablespoon of butter. Stir in 2.5 cups of rolled oats, half a cup of chocolate chips or whatever mix-ins your kids like. Press into a parchment-lined 8x8 pan and refrigerate for 2 hours. Cut into bars. That's it. No baking, 10 minutes of active work, done. They keep in the fridge for 2 weeks and freeze beautifully for longer. Trail mix is the second one. This sounds almost too simple, but it's worth saying. A bag of mixed nuts, a bag of raisins, or dried cranberries, some chocolate chips or M&Ms, and whatever else your kids like. Pretzels, sunflower seeds, coconut flakes, combined in a large jar and scooped into snack bags or small containers. You control the ratio, you control the ingredients, you control the portion size. A big jar of trail mix on the counter for the week costs less than 2 bags of the store-bought version and has exactly what you want in it. Homemade crackers are the third one, and I know that sounds like a project, but it's not. 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of olive oil, and enough water to bring the dough together. Roll thin, cut into squares, bake at 400 degrees for 12 minutes. That's the whole recipe. You can add rosemary, garlic powder, sesame seeds, cheddar powder, whatever direction you want. A full sheet pan of crackers costs about 50 cents to make and produces enough for a week of snacks. Oatmeal energy bites are the fourth one. No baking, 5 minutes of work, and kids love them. 1 cup of rolled oats, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 1/3 cup of honey, 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, a tablespoon of chia seeds if you have them. Mix, roll into balls, refrigerate 30 minutes, done. About 25 bites from one batch, keeps 2 weeks in the fridge, freezes for up to 3 months. Homemade popcorn with seasoning is the fifth one, not the microwave bag. 1/4 cup of popcorn kernels in a pot with a tablespoon of oil produces 8 cups of popcorn for about 10 cents. Toss it with butter and any seasoning you have on the shelf. I have a whole post on the site with 45 popcorn seasoning flavors. Everything from classic butter salt to ranch to cinnamon sugar to chili lime. 8 cups of popcorn for 10 cents versus a bag of microwave popcorn at $1 to $1.50. And you know exactly what went on it because you put it there. The way to make this actually work is to stop thinking about snacks as something you decide in the moment and start thinking about them as something you prep once a week. Sunday afternoon, 1 hour. Make the granola bars. Mix the trail mix. Bake a sheet of crackers. Roll the energy bites. Put them in containers in the fridge or on the counter, and you're done for the week. Monday through Friday, the snacks are already there. Your kids come home from school and there's something ready. You didn't have to think about it at 3 p.m. when you're already tired, and the last thing you want to do is make a decision. You made the decision on Sunday when you had a few minutes, and it was easy. This is the same logic behind the pantry mixes we talk about on this show all the time. You do the work once, you get the benefit all week. And the benefit here is real food, real ingredients, real savings, and the very specific satisfaction of knowing that what your kids are eating after school came from your kitchen and not from a factory. I've got several of these recipes on the site, the granola bars, the popcorn seasonings, the energy bites, and I'll link to them in the show notes. If you're starting from scratch, start with the granola bars. They're the most dramatic difference between homemade and store-bought, and the math is the most obvious. Make 1 batch this Sunday. See how it goes. See how much your kids eat them. See what it actually costs. And then come tell me about it. I'm over on Facebook and Instagram at This Old Baker, and I genuinely want to hear what you made. Thanks for being here. Go make something good for the people you love. Find me at thisoldbaker.com and on Facebook and Instagram at This Old Baker. I'll see you next week.